Welcome to Dr. Bill's Movie Chill. Today, Vive la France.
Bonjour. Forgive my French, and the reason I greet you this way is because I'm in Paris, France. Behind me is the Cinémathèque Française, which is a museum to the early pioneers of film history. The French were the first country, the culture, to truly appreciate cinema as an art form. In the 1930s, they actually tried to preserve early films where, for example, the United States, we just kind of tossed them aside, which is why 90% of all silent films that were made in the 1920s and so on basically have disappeared. The French were also the first to also recognize the early filmmakers. For example, Georges Méliès, the man who directed A Trip to the Moon, eventually he went bankrupt, and the French rescued him, actually gave him kind of a pension to live on and a home to live on. In the United States, our early film pioneers such as Buster Keaton, Erich von Stroheim, and even D.W. Griffith were basically forgotten for a long period of time, and in many cases had very little to live on, and sometimes were almost destitute. The French saw film, as I said, very much differently than we do here in the United States, and we should be grateful for that, for their appreciation, because so much has been preserved because of their efforts. I wish I could take you inside the museum and show you some of the artifacts that are in there, including the first camera, the projectors that were used by the Lumiere brothers, the robot Maria that was used in Fritz Lang's Metropolis, and Edison's Nickelodeons. Unfortunately, they don't allow you to videotape in there. However, if you do go to their website, you can see all those artifacts, and they will actually give you an audio tour of what you will see inside. And it's a very valuable insight into the early part of the history of the movies, history of the cinema.